We are Veserium. The whole idea was we wanted to be able to shape sound almost as if it was like a tangible object in the air. So if I could hold this kind of sound blob between my hands, I could kind of muffle it, I could twist it to distort it, or I could make it louder or smaller. So we really wanted a lot of depth of control of the sound.
Part of the reason we're calling this Veserium 2.0 is because it's actually a whole effort to essentially give our act an upgrade and take it to the next level. So in addition to the suits, we have new visuals that accompany our act that basically show the virtual instruments that we're using.
The process of making the suits has been a lot of fun, actually. Mike's on one side, basically making the visuals and making the software for the suits, and I'm on the other side, constructing everything. So I do all the hardware, and Mike does all the software. So, we had this idea of the logo kind of on our chests, almost like this Iron Man-like thing. So we drew up that sketch, and we worked with our friend. His name is Yasu Tano. He has been monumental towards helping us put this together. He helped design the chest plates and also helped us mold the shoulder plates, and basically printed those out for us. And then on my end, after we got those parts, was basically doing all the grunt work of actually making it work and putting it all together. So, on a day-to-day, it's just basically hot gluing, burning myself, using a soldering iron, putting wires together, then putting heat shrink tubing over, using a heat gun to seal off the heat shrink, cutting out a lot of pieces, and then kind of gluing them in so that they would support the USB hub and the battery pack. That took a lot of time, and that was my day-to-day.
I basically started with building a 3D model for the hands and then programming it to flex when the glove flexes, and then I'm creating a virtual violin that follows my hands when you're playing it with the gloves. And at the end of it, Ray's built these suits, and then I get to program all the LEDs and do all this flashy stuff on it. So I'm looking into mesh deformation techniques, reading up on different graphics techniques. So I'm learning as this process is going.
In the 6 years that we've been working on the project, these new visuals that Mike created, it was really the first time that we've actually brought to life the vision that we had at the very start of the project. I think we do this and we get up every day ready to work on this because we want to forge the future of music. We want to be the pioneers, and we want to really be an inspiration to people and say hey, if there's not a way to do something in this world right now, make it yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody else to invent the future or the reality that you want. We wanted to hold sound, and so we've made it.
This project is the ultimate expression of basically all of my passions. The original reason that I got into this is because it's kind of that intersection of music and tech that was really, really compelling to me. And so this, like I said, is pushing me on both a musical front and on a engineering front, and I feel that this is helping me grow on both fronts and really kind of allowing me to showcase the two biggest things that I'm passionate about. It's cool to be able to share that with people. One of the things we're really excited about is we're actually working on a 5 or 6 song EP that's set to be released this summer. So that's gonna have some collaborations with some other musicians on there that we're really excited about. It's gonna have some original music, of course. So it's gonna be kind of a mix of remixes and original work, but it's gonna all have the sort of Veserium sound to it and Veserium flavor. That's one of the big projects that we're working on right now that's super exciting.
To all of our fans out there, we just want to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you do want to help support us even further, definitely consider checking out our Patreon. If you're not familiar with what Patreon is, it's basically a platform where you can basically pledge to support us with a monthly donation, kind of like a fan club. And in exchange for that, you're going to get awesome rewards like a 3D printed keychain with our logo on it that's going to be printed basically on the same printers that we used to make our suits. You might get things like t-shirts, exclusive behind the scenes videos that you wouldn't be able to see anywhere. You would be able to look into our life and see our muddy shoes from filming in the middle of the desert or whatnot. And really, your support is what makes this whole thing possible. There was a lot of money that went into this, and right now we're totally self-funding ourselves. In addition to your support, from buying all the components, there's a lot of materials that went into this, from the LEDs to the 3D printed material, to all the buckles and the straps, to the wires, to the microcontrollers, to the battery, and all of this couldn't be possible without you. So if you want to support, please definitely consider visiting us on Patreon.
Really appreciate you guys being here to forge the future with us. So thanks, guys.